Hi, my name is Rack Noble. We're tuned into Boxing UK, and I'm here with a man that had a very significant part in the Kell Brook and Khan fight last Saturday. Shirley, please introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Shirley. Live in Sheffield at the moment. Originally from Birmingham, moved up to Sheffield 12 years ago. Musician, been playing since I was about 8 years old. Played keys, drums, dabbled on bass a little bit. But like, spent a lot of time in the within the music industry, well, music scene.
So quite a lot of viewers probably won't be familiar with who you are. They've not seen your face too much. Please just tell them what your part was in the Kell Brook and Khan fight last week.
So I was the pianist that played at the beginning of Kell's entrance. Amazing atmosphere. So honored to be able to be a part of that entrance and to be a part of that event.
Yes, we know this was one of the biggest UK fights possibly in history, definitely up there in the top three. In situations like that, the two fighters, the ring announcer, they're the three people who take the spotlight for the ring entrances. But you was able to get in there as the fourth man and play that epic piece, Rihanna, Kanye West, All of the Lights. And for a time which was so epic, for a moment which was such a monumentous moment, I feel that he really was able to capture it. He was really able to help it live up to the expectation of the hype, the anticipation, and the so much looked forward to ring walk.
Yeah, sorry, the light it just broke up a little bit there. Just repeat that for me, sorry.
I said, for such a monumentous, epic occasion, I feel that your piece was able to really capture the imagination and elevate the feeling for everyone in the arena and watching it across the world.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was amazing because I don't know if you realize previous to the piece, obviously when they announced, I think there was a massive Khan following there because the boos just rang out. But I think as I started to play, it just went silent, and I was like, "Oh my God!" My wife was in the stands, and she was like, "It was crazy because the roars that kind of happened, and then as I started playing, it just went really silent." I've had Khan fans message me to say, "Yo, listen, that was amazing." So to hear that from Khan fans, that really means something.
All sides, Team Brook, Team Khan, all sides aside, I think we all can admit that was an epic introduction to a grand main event, a long anticipated main event that had been built up for years and years. So of course the two fighters, they have the pressure on, millions are watching around the world. I could imagine you've possibly not been on a stage this big before. You're being watched by millions around the world. How did you cope with the nerves, and how did you get through your small bout of performing on the moment and living up to the expectation?
Like the past 5 weeks have been nerve-wracking. Like as I said, I've never done anything on this scale. I've played at events before. I've played to like quite a big crowd before, but nothing on this scale. But it was, you know what? I'm a firm believer in God, and like I took that on the stage with me. Really kind of prayed just to calm my nerves. To be honest, on the night, I was so calm. I felt so peaceful. So yeah, it was kind of just the encouragement from family and friends to say, listen, you can do this. And really, as I say, just really kind of thanking God for, like, you know what I mean, allow me to be in that situation and just be able to execute it properly.
Yeah, because as I said before, what a moment, one of the biggest fights in British boxing. All eyes on you, and you definitely delivered on the moment. How did such an opportunity come by to be playing the intro for Kell Brook live on Sky Sports?
Right, so I played for a lady called Janine Dyer. She was actually on The Voice. It's her choir, which is the Sheffield Community Choir. And I met Greg, which is Kell's nutritionist, and this was about 2.5 years ago. Met him, we exchanged numbers, and that was that. Haven't seen him since, hadn't spoke to him since. In September, it was my niece's birthday party, took my daughter to the party. Kell and Greg happened to be there. So Greg says to Kell, this guy plays keys. Kell looks at me, looks me up and down and goes, no, he doesn't. So like Greg's like, no, seriously, he does. So Kell was like, well, get his details, come up. So at this point, I'm not sure, kind of looking back now, I'm not sure if they kind of had this in mind at that point or not. But that was that. Come 5 weeks ago, I'm sitting downstairs, phone rings, Kell and Greg's on the phone, like, we've got this in mind, we want you to play the piece. I'm like, no. I'm like, seriously, no, because as you said, the fight itself is a massive fight. I know these guys have kind of been going head to head, him and Khan, for a long time. So I knew the magnitude of the fight was going to be incredible. So at that point, I was like, I can't do that. Basically, there was like, sleep on it. Let us know what you think. So as I spoke to my wife and my cousin, they was like, yo, you got to do this. So prayed about it. Next day, I called him back. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to get an opportunity like this again. Let's go for it. So basically, that's how it came about.
What an opportunity! What a phone call! Would you like to be
amazing
playing live on Sky Sports in front of millions around the world? No pressure. It's one of the biggest fights in UK boxing. No pressure at all. Just do your thing.
Serious.
So
serious. Like, I think it was a week before the fight. Kell calls me. Kell calls me. He's like, Carl, it's Kell. I'm like, oh, what's going on? He's like, don't mess this up, you know. I'm like, yo, Kell, like, I don't need that right now. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Sky, because obviously I'm not a well-known like pianist. So Sky, like, who's this guy? Boxer, like, who's this guy? Will he be able to stand that pressure? And Kell's like, these guys are kind of worried. I'm like, you know what, Kell, I'm not turning back now. I'll be fine. I'll cope with it. I'll sort it, sort of thing. And then Boxer rang me, and they was like, same thing. Like, how will you deal with the pressure and whatever, the crowd and such? I was like, you know what, I'm doing this. Like, let's go for it.
No, and I must say, you delivered. You definitely delivered. From watching the piece and the performance,
Appreciate it, man.
I wouldn't have thought that this was the biggest stage opportunity music-wise of your life. And yeah, you definitely pulled through. You definitely will be getting a lot more calls now, I feel, from people within the music world, from the boxing world, from the sporting world, because yeah, you showed up. You showed up for the night.
Appreciate it.
Big congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro.
In saying that, have you had any offers or anyone approach you since then? Because like I said, there was millions of people watching, high-profile celebrities, people from all industries. Has anyone been in touch regarding your talents?
I've had a lot of follows on Instagram, like a couple of footballers. I've had someone call me asking me if I do weddings. So things are coming in. So like that's that, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing where it goes from here. As I said to my wife, I said, you know what? If this was it, like, I'm grateful. I'm totally grateful. You know what I mean? If anything comes from it, bonus.
I can't see nothing not coming from it. I can't see nothing not coming from it. Like, you know, in the UK, we've got a striving scene. We've got Boxer, we've got DAZN, we've got Frank Warren, we've got Fight Zone, we've got various promotions, we've got various big, massive names. And those little qualities, having within your fight, having within your build-up, having within your fight night, really just adds to it and really just makes memorable occasions. So I don't think this will be the last we've seen of you on the boxing scene. And talking of yourself on boxing, have you been much of a boxing fan? Did you follow up much boxing before the Kell Brook Khan fight?
Oh yes, massive boxing fan. To be honest, my dad wanted me to be a boxer when I was younger, because always kind of being quite of a big guy, but never really kind of. And to be honest, it wasn't until later on in life I was like, man, you know what? I wish I did kind of, you know what I mean, go for it. But as I say, with boxing, it's kind of one of those things where age and things like that, you kind of have to get into when you're young. So, you know what I mean? Like, as you get older, that's the kind of time, as we know, it's a short career, really. But yeah, massive boxing fan, big fan of Floyd Mayweather. Got to meet him just before COVID hit, which was crazy. Literally the week before lockdown, he came to Rotherham. South Yorkshire and got to meet him there. So that was crazy because I've been following him since his Olympic days.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was amazing.
Meeting Floyd Mayweather pre-lockdown, post-lockdown, piano in for Khan Brook. What's next? It's been a decent couple of years in the boxing world. What's next?
Man, we'll see where it goes from here. I'm gonna get myself out there much more definitely. I feel like I'm not being that confident previous to this, but after doing this, it's given me a massive confidence boost, and kind of made me get down in terms of practicing more and kind of getting my craft like more on point, just in case anything else does come up. So yeah, we'll see what happens from here.
So of course, in boxing, it's all about the moment. It's all about living up to expectation. It's all about how you perform with the millions and millions watching you around the world. When you was on the piano and your cue hit, how did you feel? Because of course we know Brook and Khan, they've gone through it dozens of times in their career. How did it feel for you though, whilst you was playing? What was going through your mind? What emotions were running through you at that point?
I just, at that point, kind of for the piece itself, I had to kind of just lock off. It was like me and the piano. It was so weird because for that minute, it was about 1 minute and 10 seconds, something like that. All I could see was the keys. It was like nothing else was there. There were basically fans down the side of me, in front of me, all the guys, cameras and such. But for that minute, it was just me and the keys. So I can't, you know what I mean? I just zoned out. But at the same time, my wife was like, make sure you enjoy it. So yeah, at the end of the piece, you probably saw me give like a little smile because it was just like, man, that's just crazy.
We say with boxing, you train weeks and weeks, well, you train up to 2 months, weeks and weeks and weeks for a maximum 36-minute performance. And I guess you could say the same comes down to playing the piano. You put in 5 weeks of practice, hours back to back, grueling training in your own right for that 1 minute and 10 seconds to be absolutely perfect on the night. I'm sure when you was at home doing your rehearsal, you was messing up, you screwed up, you did it wrong. You was like, this can't happen on the night. I can't do this on the night. But when the night came, that 1 minute, 10 seconds, perfect.
Appreciate it, man. Seriously, like, as you said, practicing day and night. This was something I kind of, prior to the second Kell call, the one where he said you can't make this up, I practiced, but then after that, it was just like, right, okay, I need to get this piece like down. So like, I know probably there's other musicians that do this, but I kind of walked around the house doing this. I airplayed it more than I did on the actual keyboard. So, but yeah, it was just kind of to get it in my head. But yeah, because I knew like for that 1 minute 10 seconds, I had to kind of make it perfect.
So before you got the call up from Kell about the All of the Lights piece, was it a piece that you was familiar with playing before, or did you literally just learn it within the 5 weeks?
Yeah, literally in the 5 weeks. Obviously, I heard the track before. Mm-hmm. Never really heard the piano part at the beginning because I think it's only the video version that has the piano part at the beginning. If you have the track on Spotify or whatever, it just comes in, All of the Lights with Kanye and Rihanna. So yeah, it was only that day when they called me, and then I pulled the video up and heard the piano piece. So I was like, right, okay. So that was the first time I'd ever played the song. But yeah, it was so totally amazing doing it.
Like I said before, kind of how a fighter will have a 6 to 8 week camp to prepare for a specific opponent. You had a 5 week camp to prepare for your opponent, which was All of the Lights, and like I gotta say, completely smashed it. Well, this year we're looking already at the likes of Fury, Dylan White. We're looking at the likes of AJ Usyk. I'm sure more big fights in British boxing will be coming down the line, and I won't be surprised if we're seeing you ringside hitting those keynotes.
It would be good, man. Seriously, it would be good to be able to do something like that again. Looking back now, it was just like, wow, did I actually do that? Because as I say, previous to it, I was just like, no, I can't do this. But I'm totally elated that I did.
Sometimes they say one phone call, one opportunity can change your life. I think this is definitely one of those opportunities, one of those things that can change your life. Of course, I was a fan of the piece, such a fan that I even followed you up here to be in this interview today. Would it be possible for the people to get a snippet or a bit of a performance, a bit of a concert here right now? Would that be possible?
Yeah, of course. Totally. Yeah, maybe I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, sure. If you want to throw out some notes to us and play something to us, be more than appreciative.
No problem. Can you hear that okay?
Press it again.
Can you hear that okay?
We can hear that. We can hear that. Let's go for it. Live concert from Boxing UK. Let's go. Not as much pressure as Saturday night with millions of people watching, but yeah.
Rakeem, I'm still feeling it, bro. I'm still feeling it, man.
And just to show that this is the real deal. This is the man behind the keys, the man behind the notes, the man that played it, must say, to perfection. Carl, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for giving us that piece and telling us your box story and your story for Boxing UK. I'm sure this won't be the last time that we're seeing you on the UK boxing circuit doing your thing, I should say.
Yeah, man. Rakeem, it's been a pleasure, man. I really appreciate the love and you reaching out to me. Wish you all the best with everything, your challenge, your quest. Yeah, man. Seriously, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
No problem. And I don't doubt that we'll see you around. I'll probably see you around at some point at a show. We're up and down the country, so next big event.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're looking out for you, bro. Serious.
No problem, Carl. Well, thank you much for your time. This is Rack Noble from Boxing UK with Carl Shirley, professional pianist, epic peacemaker. Until next time, have a good one.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, bro.